this is a story. A story of a new tale. Of course, I was a normal human at one point. One from many counters. I was normal at one point. Never had the best life, but this story doesn't start off with me talking. This starts off with my life, I guess, since the very beginning. So cold in this darkness, this pit of darkness. So where should I start? I guess at the very beginning. Up in the overworld, or I used to call it home, I was the child at the time, a very young child. Very stupid, of course. I was about 3 years old when this happened. So what happened was... I gotta keep myself together now. Okay, keep yourself together. So what happened is that I was always bullied, you would say. My memories are not complete, but what I can recall or what I can make up for my story that I can remember before it all goes away. Right now I'm on a flower bed, practically. And I am telling the story in full darkness. Well, I lie is only darkness and darkness alone. So let's continue the story. I was never the best at talking to others. I had a very terrible life, you would say. I would get bullied countless times. Countless and endless times. Countless and endless times, over and over and over again. But there's something different about me, though, that I could not see for myself. Of course, eventually, when the bullying got too far, the bullies decided to, how would you say, pick on me a little bit too hard. So what would happen is that they knew I was scared of heights. And they eventually found this hole, we would say. And from what I can rephrase, it's 10 feet by 10 width and length. Pretty big hole in the ground. It just appeared one day. I don't know what it was for, but it just appeared one day. So flipping cold in this darkness. Anyways. They decided to drop me in this darkness. This infinite void, you would say. I will be dropped. My mother, father, I do not remember, but all I remember are the basics. This is the beginning of Codetale. Anyway, sorry. My sanity is getting to me. I have limited time before things start happening. So yes, I was dropped. I fell and fell for days, as in my mind, they were endless years I fell. But, to certain extents, I stopped. And I was now in a flower bed, awkwardly. It was weird. I don't know what. All I remember is that I had no memory of anything past the bullying. I loved my life and thought this was such unfairness. Anyways, what would happen? What would happen is that I was a very kind child. I never deserved any of this. Of course, so during that short time, which for me would be years, but for the realistic time would be only seconds or minutes there. As some type of time zone changed as my mind separated time from what reality was. As I fell, my mind was just separate from what I was. I was different from other people. But anyway, besides that, back to the flower bed I was mentioning. I was mistakenly fell. I woke up. As now, this is where I am now, and I guess I don't know what would happen now. All I know is that's all I can capture from what I remember. Even though I can't remember anything now. My memory's gone, erased, as my emotions just fled out. As my body just started to, I don't know what it was, but I fell, and I don't know where I am now. Who am I? What am I? As my skin started to turn pale, same with my clothing. Everything started to turn pale except for my eyes. My eyes had what little water that I saw my little reflection. As my eyes turned black fully, or somewhat fully, as my eyes had a unique pattern, a blackish whitish pattern. As I had this sorry. As I finally gripped onto reality. I don't know what happened. Where am I? Who am I? All I remember was my name, but even so, it too was forgotten. Is anyone there? I cried out. No. Where am I? All I remember that I had a home, and that I was brought here by some type of thing or something. This is unfair. No. Why is it so cold? So cold. I need to calm down. It's not fair. Everything about me, either my clothing was either white or black. I don't remember, but all I remember that I can just see glimpses of others. My hair changed dramatically. My skin was bleached as white. I don't remember anything. As I realize that I am on the floor, as my face is in the dirt, I'm in my mindscape as I wake up. Poof. No memory. Memory data. Unknown. Memory data. Rejected. Erased. Memory data. Erased. Leandre. Rewritten. Chara. As I get up, or was found by a very kind animal. At least what I thought was an animal until I felt its hands. It was not. It was weird. I was scared a little. As I was picked up, of course, during this time, I had no idea what was happening. But in this time, I was picked up by a goat of some sort. I don't know why, but it felt weird. I felt a warmth I never felt before. This was, what was her name? What reset is this? This is second? No, it wasn't first. I'm talking about the first reset. I think this is I can't remember. So, young child, are you okay? As I was now in a bed, I don't know what my surroundings were. I was unable to open my eyes due to the fall. As something inside me changed, as I became something else. I yelled out of my mind state, trying to wake up, but I couldn't. So, I was awake now. Who am I? Who are you all? Who am I? Why am I? As the young boy started to get scared and fragile, started to cry. What happened? Why do I feel hurt? As this young boy started to scream and kind of spaz out of fear, as he saw someone walk into the room. Don't worry, my child. It is fine. Hi, I'm Toriel. Don't worry, my child. You are safe with me. Or with us, you say. Don't worry. Don't worry, I'm here with you. You took a nasty fall, from what I see. Don't worry, my child. I will heal you up to full health. I did what I could with my healing magic, but I couldn't do much. I couldn't do much. I had to let your body adapt to what happened. Okay, what is this now? Okay, sorry. Back to story. Who are you? Why do you look... As you know, thoughts were going through the child's mind, as he is a 3-year-old now. What are you? I'm Toriel. Child, do not worry. Do not be afraid. I'm peaceful. Do you like pie? Butterscotch or peanut butter pie or apple pie? What do you like? Yes, peas. As a child, his knowledge started to grow. Who are you? I'm Toriel, as I said before. Looks like you haven't gained any memory. A fall. As you know, all the boy could remember was falling in a dark void. He was walking and then he suddenly felt or heard a push as he started to fall in this endless void, it looked like. He did not know how he got here, but it was unique. Something changed in this child. Something that he saw unique. As Toriel, as you all know of, if you ever watched or played Undertale, this is a story that I have creating my own version of a AU, as you will, OCAU if you will. I will use other characters, but anyways, I should stop because this is more of a role play. So yeah, anyways, yeah. As now, he was so frightened, the boy was so frightened by something. He doesn't know what, but something felt unease. He was alone. He had no one. As this being told the name, as he felt eased, he felt like a heartwarming motherly figure that he never had was given to him. Of course, though, that only lasted for a short amount of time. As Toriel explained what happened to the young boy. And what would happen is that she would try to name the young boy. After a couple years have passed, she will try to name him. And eventually you meet Adriel. Adriel and Toriel would become family to this young boy. This young boy was happy. Felt like something was given to him that he should have always had, but was never given. He was filled with this determination to be happy, as he was filled with happiness and kindness. But even though he knew something was wrong, as though eventually they would meet Asgore, the king. Asgore. Asgore would be on defense of this human child. But what would happen is that Toriel would convince Asgore to keep the child. As over the years, everyone would, or at least the main cast would know of this young man. And then they realized, actually not years, since this is kind of like the first year, I guess, so yeah, in between this first, yeah. They kind of only called them human. Or, yeah, a year passed. They only called him human. As Toriel noticed that the boy should be given a name. Or, beginning, before everything, what is their name, young one? I don't know. I can't remember. As you know, Toriel, she wanted to give this boy a unique name, as you would say. A very unique name. As eventually she will name the boy Chara. The boy would love this new name. He would love it like his own choice. But as one things begin, he eventually made Azrael. Him and Azrael would kind of be best friends for a while. Of course, the boy felt an unease, like something was watching him, as he eventually met Gaster. Hello? As you know, let's say, while, Toriel was getting some groceries, Chara, he will gain the name Chara. So, Chara, go play for a bit while I go get groceries, okay, sweetie? As Toriel would get food and whatnot. I guess pies, like just things you need in the household, I guess, like food or something. So yeah. So eventually, Charo would be a little bit too playful, as he would eventually, in his second day or third day, he would eventually meet or run into Gaster, which Gaster would be, just roaming around the underground. As something would appear in Chara's mind, you would say. And Chara would get this fear from this Gaster, or WD Gaster. There would be a uncertainty between this child. He would be looking at this child and think, what is a human doing here? I thought after the war they were all gone. As you know, eventually Gaster would, look at the boy and try to study the boy, as Toriel will come in as they will talk, or Toriel will talk with Gaster. No. Leave the boy alone, Gaster. I've already seen what you tried to do with Papyrus and Sans. I don't need the same thing to happen to them. But why can't... I told you. You cannot. This is my child. I have raised him so far to be my own. And I will treat him as so. As you know, let's say Asgore was also there. As him and Asriel will meet, or, Asgore, as Asriel and them will meet at the third day. Becoming friends, as convincing and talking will go between Asgore, Gaster, and Toriel. As Asriel and Charo become friends. Great friends. Wait, why do I feel like I'm having deja vu? Oh no. I've been in the void for way too long. Okay, wait, I believe I said that 3 times already. What? I've been here for too long anyways. Let's continue the story, or my origins. As we continue to the 4th day, as time and time again, Chara would meet everyone. Grillaby, Undyne, or at least a younger version of Undyne, and Alphys, Gaster Sands, Papyrus, everyone. But everyone would be, I guess, a bit younger. Due to this being before, the actual, Chara. This would be my own version of Chara I'm creating. Still Chara, but that would be more of a recreated name. Why? Because this is a new AU I'm creating. It is called Codetale. Anyways, it seems everything is complete. My AU has finally been finished. Hopefully ink and error don't mess this up. Since they did not create it. They cannot manipulate it unless I tell them to or ask. After all, the war between fusing with Crossgaster has already appeared, being resetted, and having to be created by that event. I'm Code Sands. I'm the creator of this AU. I've looked, creating my own version of each AU, having a unique Codetale. A very unique with every unique character I can find, or at least copy into this reality. Error and Ink are fighting it over, you would say. After the war, there was a big argument. So, since my creation after the war, due to the reset, I am kind of the balance between, how would you say, kind of the balance between ink and error, destruction and creation. I am the balance man, you would say. I do not want them to know my presence yet. They will not know until I tell them my presence. But anyways, let's continue the story. Back to you, Chara. So, thank you, Code Sands. Anyways, as I was saying before I was interrupted, what would happen is that day by day, eventually I would turn 5, as 2 years have passed now. My knowledge of the undergrounds would have slightly increased, knowing the basic amount of people and monsters. Or, I guess, monsters in this fact, since they're not really people, more like monsters. Yeah. Anyways, sorry, it's been a while since I've been freed from this void. It's fine, Chara. Anyways, sorry. What would happen is that, okay, I'm ready to tell this back to continue the story. Anyways, I get to know everyone. But something was off, though. After turning 5, I realized, how would you say, Asgore saw me in a different light. He saw something within me that I didn't even see before. He saw a soul, a human soul, a purity of a white soul. A white soul that had all emotional and fibers, meaning that my personality at the time was at peak, meaning I had determination, kindness, and all of that. So yes, I was kind of, in a sense, a perfect child, not the sense, due to me, or being the only human that, I guess, code sans and, ink and all that that has a white soul. So, but anyways, that soul physiology will come later. I'll only tell the basics of each soul, but anyways, besides that, my soul was kind of red, I guess. It was like a whitish red. It was weird. My soul was a very weird soul. It was. I wouldn't be lying if I said it was fully white. It was kind of a half white, half red soul, if you will. So, I don't remember, but I'm pretty sure when I dropped, my human soul kind of fractured into half of a monster soul and kind of making this white, reddish thing. So, my emotions were kind of unbalanced, as you will. Anyways, besides that, I'm preventing what would happen next. Anyways, as I would say, I would meet someone that would be, how would you say, I would meet monsters all over the underground. So anyways, what would happen? After talking with, I guess, Azrael, because me and Azrael at this part would be friends. And eventually best friends, as years will go on. As you know, things start to happen. Hold up, I need to do something real quick. Where is it? As what would happen is that I would meet. Sorry, my soul was glitching. Sorry, it's been a while. Anyways, what would happen is that over years I would gain trust of the monsters. But I would have random moments where I would not be aggressive, but more on the lines of kind of it would be weird. I had these random outbursts. Don't know why. Never really knew why, honestly. But anyways, besides that, I would have these random outbursts of rage sometimes. I wouldn't hurt anyone, but I mean, eventually what would happen is that I would learn. I will be about 7 now. Nothing really important happened besides knowing new people or monsters in this fight. So what would happen after, I guess 3 years? Wait, hold on. 5, 6. I don't know. They never really taught me math, so I wouldn't really know. Anyways, a couple years will pass. I'll be 7 now. This will be when I will learn about what was it called? My memories are kind of phased due to the amount of resets I've been through, so it will be called the barrier. Yes, that's what it's called. The barrier. To free them from the undergrounds. After the war, the classical war between humans and monsters, monsters will still be casted to the undergrounds. But this will be this will be during the war, though. Or, I guess, somewhere near the end of the war. You know what? I mean, hold up. Let me look at my files. Files. Okay, here it is. Yes. This will be in the end of the war. what would happen as I don't know about the barrier? As Asgore would try to get closer and closer to me for some reason. I didn't really know what reason it was, but Gaster would also try to go close to me, seeing that my soul was unique in a sense. It was red and white. They were very curious about it, as I was taught magic and whatnot. How would you say when I turned 10, that's when the real thing happened. After a while, when Toriel was, how would you say, getting groceries to get a certain amount of things, I was playing with Azriel. As me and Azriel would, how would you say, I don't know, it would be weird. Or kind of stupid of us, but anyways. Me and Azriel, using the power we had, or using my soul, and I guess both souls, we would try to break the barrier for the first time. Stupid of me, sorry. Anyways, what would happen is that, as you all know, the classical story of Chara, or at least not me, but the normal Chara, which will practically come after the first reset, practically. Anyways, after a while, I was kind of a stupid boy back then. Technically still am, but anyways, I'm when it lacks in knowledge, I'm more of power, soul power practically. But anyways, that's more of the what? I don't have to explain it. I'll explain it during the story. Anyways, we try to break the barrier using my soul. My soul is a very strong soul. So yeah. How would you say we messed with things that we shouldn't have? As technically, during that time, me and Azri will be planning on, opening the barrier with a certain machine. But at this part, I guess the machine will be at the barrier due to Gaster. Before everything happened, instead of it being in this lab, I guess, yeah, I think it was the lab. Before it was the lab, it was at the barrier, as they would have a machine to open the barrier, but they wouldn't need enough magical energy to actually open the barrier or break the barrier. As our stupidity kind of led to my downfall, since Azriel's still a thing, but I'm technically not anymore. But anyways, I guess essences of I technically still do. So anyways, what would happen is that we would, try to turn on the machine, seeing buttons. Azriel, where do you see the on button on this thing? As you know, Azriel's getting, he's getting a bad idea. He's getting, bad vibes. I don't think we should be doing this, Chara. Didn't Gaster tell us not to touch the machine? Come on, Azriel, don't you want to break the barrier and make all the monsters happy? I can finally get acceptance from other monsters. Giving Azriel a smile. As Azriel will be filled with determination. As we will find a way to... We would find a pod, you would say. Not a pod, but kind of a magical battery that needed to be powered by magical energy. I would... Azriel, I think this is the part where I use my magic. Are you sure? Yes, I'm pretty sure. So yeah. As that is when Gaster and Asgore, powering up the machine, would enter the room. As one thing that I didn't know about the machine was, once it started, it cannot be turned off. which was the only downfall of the machine that Gaster was creating it for. Once someone put magical energy in it, it couldn't stop draining them. So after, I guess Gaster would try to pull me away from the machine, but my soul, or at least my white version, or my part white, it's complicated. I have two parts of the soul. Okay, it's kind of complicated. So what would happen is that one part of my soul, the white part of my soul, would start breaking off, as I would feel myself tearing apart from myself, getting torn apart. As that is when my sight or my point of view would start to change, as my point of view would start, going inside the machine. As the machine was turned on fully and activated, as it automatically shot at the barrier, not breaking the barrier, but due to the machine being unstable, you can kind of tell what I'm going here. So yeah. After creating the resets and the machine being activated, I would be torn apart from my red part of my soul. As the red part of my soul would become a whole part, becoming a red soul. As my white half of the soul, will have my mind linked to it. And that's kind of where everything went downhill. As my crying sorrows would fill the room, as Toriel would come into the room screaming, "No, my poor child! No, my baby!" As the machine would, as my soul kind of deconstructed, I guess, as the last thing that they saw was my face screaming. And that is practically where everything started. Technically, I created the resets, so yeah. Anyways, now we go to Chara's perspective, or at least not me, because my original name was Leandre until the game reset. I was technically fell inside the underground, and I guess the magical essences kind of mixed in with my human, creating everything that happened. And if I'll explain, all you gotta know is that Chara isn't my real name; it's something else. So, anyways, back to I guess female Chara. I guess since I'm technically the male version, just go to female Chara's perspective. Red hair. I mean, not red hair. I believe red eyes. Sorry. It's been a while since I've seen them. Yeah. Red hair. I mean, not red hair. Red eyes and brown hair. As my perspective was kind of, I guess now in the void where Gaster ended up, I guess. So all I could do was view. As all I was able to do was view as kind of like a theater, but there's only darkness around me. Kind of like where I'm at now, technically, because I'm technically in darkness, just watching everything, so yeah. Anyways, besides that, I would see the after effects as a giant screen would appear with coding and whatnot, as something next to a show, kind of like a theater, so I don't know why I did this, but I kind of sat down, and as you see in front of you, it's not fair. I was screaming that out, as I would see what would happen. I will see my red soul turning into full soul, as I would be interested in this. What's happening? As the red soul will turn into, I guess, a version of me, creating Chara, the female Chara. As of course, it would be resetted, the world will be resetted. As now we go to the origins of Chara. As Chara technically took my place, practically took my place. As you all, if you played the game, you all know what happened to Chara in the origins. Yes, so her mother, I guess, mother was now her mother, and I guess it was weird. A lot of emotions at that time were released, so yeah. Anyways, what would happen is that I would see someone else in my life, or I guess someone would take my life away. I guess it's weird, kind of being replaced. Yeah, practically. As I would be replaced, and what would happen is that I practically watched as where I was, where I used to be, someone was there. As I watched this child, or I guess technically the void time changes my age. I don't know the time's perspective. I'm not like Gaster, so I wasn't stuck as long. But I guess I was technically not. I don't know how long I've been in this void for. I guess this happened like what, a day ago? At least what I can think of time. You know, that's enough. Back to my backstory anyways, and how I got in this void. And why I'm telling you this. Anyways. Due to stupidity, I guess stupid runs and flipping souls, I guess. So, due to Chara having I guess, not my soul, since it's technically turned into a whole soul, but I guess it's her soul. It's confusing, okay? I don't know. They taught me part of soul physiology, so I don't really know all of it. So, anyways, I watched as she kind of took my place, or replaced me, as my cries were yelled in the void. And I just watched as what would happen next is that, of course, they would know the same people I would know, or I guess differently. I can't remember because after half of the part, or like in the middle of everything, I kind of blacked out due to the effects of the void, so part of me started glitching, I guess. It's weird since the void kind of messes with their mind a bit. So anyways, yeah. Let's go to the part where I guess Chara would, like me, my stupidity, would turn on the machine. I guess not turn on the machine, but what would happen is instead of using the machine to break the barrier, the machine would stay in the lab, or instead would be in the lab instead of near the barrier, and they would rawly use their own magic to open the barrier itself instead of using the machine to. That's the only difference I saw in this timeline where I was not present, so yeah. Anyways, seeing this young lady child, I guess I don't really know. I guess I technically would be older than her, in her perspective, because I was like, well, there's like, I guess twice her age, I guess. I don't remember. I guess I'm stuck technically 7 or 10. I can't remember, but I believe I'm stuck 10. At least for now until I return to this world. But anyways, what would happen is that the same thing would happen to them, but instead kind of kill them, erasing their soul, and ending up at a waterfall and a bridge, and eventually Frisk would fall down. As you all know Frisk, don't you all? As I would see, when the thing was, when the barrier was almost broken, something would happen. Technically, a portal will open up where I was. But, technically things happen, so yeah. A portal opened, but instead of it being from the void, or, from the machine, or anything like that, I guess that would be Gaster. As, the entire timeline turned normal, as in Chara's age, Gaster would do the same thing with Papyrus and, Sans, turning on the machine, and, eventually getting himself stuck in the void, is where he is now. He's just very quiet right now. I don't know why he doesn't talk to me, but anyways. He's very quiet. He doesn't remember who I am, but he's trying to look through files to see my coding, which I told him already, but he doesn't believe me due to his stupidity. Anyways, back to where I was at. Yeah, practically Frisk would have eventually come in that thing would eventually happen, and so this will be now the 10th reset now. Yeah, like the 10th reset. I've been watching for a while, so yeah. Even though this for me, it happened a day ago, but I'm pretty sure time in that world, or at least the underground and the void, are completely different. So yeah, eventually, for me it's been a day, but for them it's been who knows how long. Anyways, Chara would kind of take over Frisk, and the genocide and pacifist route would technically become a thing. So I would see over and over, mercy route, mercy, and then genocide, killing people. I would see a lot of this, and I would try to stop this, but due to my lack of knowledge, I wouldn't be able to skip the void for now. So yeah. As I would see the cries, deaths of everyone I loved. I guess that's why I was kind of laughing in the beginning, because I kind of lost my sanity. So yeah, a lot of things happened that I didn't want to see. Knowing that technically I killed them all, technically, since the soul was originally mine, but not. I don't feel like explaining myself. All you gotta know is that timeline stuff I kind of like multiplied, and now I'm the male version. Now there's a female version of me now, but it is very complicated, anyways. Yeah. Eventually, I will be sent back. Where am I? As you know, I would be given a flower by Chara. Who are you? I'm Chara. What's her name? I. As now, I would say my name would be what? LG. Why not? LG Chara AG, or just say G. I don't know. Anyways, my name's LG, LJ, or LG, whatever you prefer. Anyways, where am I? Well, good. You're stuck here now. But wasn't I in the void? I can't remember anything. So, I guess from the look of it, since you're able to see me without a ghost, I guess you're technically dead too. Nice to meet you. I can't say I know who you are, but all I know is that I can't hurt you for some reason. What's happening? As I start to think. What is happening? I guess, as this will be my first time meeting you face to face. Or I guess Chara. Hi, I'm LG. You'll just call me L. I'm L. I'm Chara, nice to meet you. As you know, me and Chara will get along. Since a part of me is technically still in the void. Don't know how that's a thing, but anyways, I'm kind of like the narrator. I'm technically there, but here at the same time. It's kind of confusing. All you gotta know is that, I guess, time remnant. That's the best thing I can explain it. Well, I'm a time remnant in the version that's in the story would technically be me, but the real me, I guess. So yeah, anyways, let's continue. As I would meet Chara for the first time. Hi. As now, Chara and I would. It's weird to say I since it's technically me, but I'm the fake. It's confusing. We're technically. I guess you can say we multiplied again. Instead, our a direct copy of me, I guess. It's weird. Anyway. I guess the clone, or I guess I would be talking to Chara. Yeah, I guess I would be talking to Chara right now. And we would get along. We have, same ideals and whatnot. We don't have similar brain things, I guess. The same way we think the same, practically. But Charwa noticed that I'm a bit. How would you say? I would be a bit more harsher than she is, at least at points. I would be lying if I said when I did multiply myself again and ended up there, my soul technically, how do you say, became darkened. What I mean by that is that I guess after Chara got the black soul in one of the routes, or the 10th route, I kind of became a being, I guess, after that reset happened. As after Frisk killed Chara, and she reset it again, creating this timeline. So I'll be handed a flower and I will be grateful. Thank you. Who are you? As Chara would try to explain to me. How do I explain this? Anyways. Hi, I'm Chara. As I would feel some sort of kindness, as if I'm understood once more. So, as I would eventually, after a while, after not talking to people for a while, I would get shy. So yeah. Hi, you're really pretty. As now Chara would, I guess, take the compliment, I guess. I'm like, thank you. You're not bad yourself. As you know, it was very weird at the time. So yeah. And now we kind of compliment each other at that point. Not flirting, but complimenting. So yeah. As eventually talking to each other would eventually we just hear a drop, and that was when Frisk, I guess, once more came down the hole, and the fell happened, and we will get an image of her holding up a heart, or I guess her soul, her red soul. And how do you say, she would try to end herself, but magical reasons she couldn't, because she knew if she destroyed the soul, the reset would happen forcefully. So yeah. And after Chara, she already knew what's gonna happen. I mean, Frisk already knew what's gonna happen. After I guess she chose. She didn't choose, so I guess kind of not forced, but I guess we would eventually appear to the flower bed. Hello? There's no. Go away, Chara. I don't want to. Leave me alone. I can't have you taking over my body again. I can't handle it anymore. Sorry, but I'm not Chara. Sorry. I know. Frisk would look up. Huh? Who are you? I haven't seen you in any of the rounds. Are you new? I wish I can tell you, but for me to not get sucked back to the void, I'd rather not tell you. So, yeah. Anyways, you're looking for Chara? Oh yeah, as you know, Chara pops from behind me. Looking for this one? Hello, Frisk. Yeah, with I guess a smile, devilish smile. As you know, she would stop crying. As you know, I guess filled with their determination, she'll try to fight Chara, but I guess Chara would still take control. So Frisk's personality would kind of be similar to Chara's, but a little bit more pacifist, I guess. So as you know, we get this image, or the image before this one. So yeah, two red eyes, and just looking at you, or I guess in this case looking at me, since I'm technically in this one. It's complicated, okay? So anyways, I would be looking at them too, like, so is that what happened when you possess someone? Yes, it is what happens. Huh. As I would, how would you say, I would start spitting up red, not red, but I'd be start spitting up red. I mean, not red. Get my colors mixed. It's been so long since I've been stuck up the wood. Anyways, I guess some black substance would start leaking, or I guess I would start barfing out black substance, which this would mean that, I still gotta have another half the soul, which, due to the void, will now be part black soul. And, my white soul would eventually turn into a red soul. For reasons, I don't know why, but due to me still being human, I guess I do technically have a red soul now. I don't know what happened to my white soul, but I guess my white soul is stuck in the void? Huh. Wait, is that how we're duplicated? Since I'm the white soul and... Huh. Anyways, as you know, Char would see this. So you're a human too. But is that a black soul? As no, Char will, try to be nice to me. If you don't know why, Chara's trying to get the power to, kill everyone and, get the black soul to revive herself, so yeah. So, Frisk would notice this and like, this isn't good. I'm gonna have to kill him to prevent Chara from getting the black part of his soul. Why are you two looking at me like that? As no, he does, I technically do Hinata thing. So what do we do now? As the cinnamon roll I am, Chara would, give me a flower once, I guess. Yeah, give me another flower. Yeah, come on. As Chara would put a hand around me, and I would feel this weird presence. Kind of when somebody has intentions towards you. Kind of. I know. I feel like it was a weird vibe, but I mean, a weird vibe. As I shiver. Sorry, I'm a little cold. I guess at this point, Ghost Chara, I guess Frisk would technically be two people now. So anyways, yeah, they try to get to know me. One trying to get to know me to use my black soul part of my soul, and the other one trying to kill me before Chara can use the black soul part of my soul. So yeah, I guess their intentions will be separate, kind of like opposites. One trying to use my power, the other one trying to destroy my power. So it's kind of weird. Terrifying as flip, because I was in the middle of it. But anyways, yes. As you know, they'll get close to me to the point of uncomfortability, as my face will turn red. As you know, I'll just nosebleed and I'll just pass out. Frisk will see this as a good opportunity to try to stab me, to kill me before Chara got the chance to use my soul. But your body is your soul. It's weird. I still haven't figured out the full concept of it, but it is what it is. Anyways, I would gain that memory, the nice memory. When was the last time someone was nice to me? I start kind of going on the Chara route. She'll try to be nice to me. After, rolling around, finding the ruins, I guess. Because the ruins are still a thing, so, where Toriel would be in the end of the ruins. Near the end of the ruins, so yeah. I guess Frisk and Chara kind of lead the way. Or I don't really know. I'd probably be due to, me regaining my red part of my soul. I would become more shy due to me. It's been a while since I had human emotions. Okay, like. Or the one who's talking right now is the one who has a white parcel. I'm the white parcel. I technically was trapped here after I guess after I try to duplicate myself to get out of here. So yeah. Anyways, now let's go back to the red and black part of my soul, which is in the story, I guess. So yeah. Um. As you know, a growl comes from my stomach. Do do any of you have any type of chocolate or food? As no, Charo would get a smile like, he liked chocolate too. This would be a lot more easier than I thought. I'm kind of hungry. So can you, is there any food anywhere? I just know the smells. I smell food from Toriel's place. As no, a portion of my voice starts to get distorted. Food. And I'll start running off because I'm very hungry since I was stuck in the void without food, so I'm still pretty flippin' hungry. Whoa, I started blissing. Chara and Frisk try to keep up. Oh, he's so flippin' fast. Why is he so fast? Like a black and red flash. Whoa, 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 whoa. I guess I would push, either kill or push anything in my way, because I was pretty flippin' hungry, so slashing through people. I guess sparing people. I guess the ones who are aggressive I would kill. The ones who are pacifist I would give mercy to. So yeah, kind of killing like half of the ruins monsters. As now, I would eventually faint from exhaustion because my stomach was kind of controlling me. So I'll faint from exhaustion. as no, as Chara and Frisk are also a bit behind. So after running, they would kind of take like one break, like at least a good decent like away from me, a decent while away from me. As Toriel will find me like face planted in the ground, as fainted due to exhaustion. So yeah. Anyways, what would happen is that Frisk try to kill me, but I would have while Charwa wasn't noticing, but due to me running and my stomach talking to me, saying, "I smell food." Wow. Yeah. I don't know why. I always loved food. Anyways, besides that, I would be picked up by Toriel. Toriel. Don't worry, my child. As similar things will happen. I would be on the bed until eventually, after they regained a couple minutes later, as I'm on the bed, fainted as Chara or Frisk. One of them, I guess, technically the same person now, but not. They're just sharing the same body. They'll start knocking on the door. As Toriel would question who it was. I think she'll think it would be the guards, but after opening it, she'll realize, it's another human. I have two children now, as motherly figure still there. So yeah, best mother. So yeah, yeah. So Teriel would I guess after everything will happen, Azriel will now become Flowey. So Azriel is now Flowey at this point in time. So yeah. After using healing magic to recover my stamina, I will wake up in like an hour or so. As Frisk was staring at me with killing intent. Where am I? As Char will calm me down. As no, it's fine. We're at Terriel's. As no, Terry will come in the room with a pie, giving us the same, she would, I guess, out of a couple of things, she would remember, at least the answers to the pie. So, she'll bring over the pie. I would eat the pie, also eat regular food as monsters, I guess. I would also eat food and whatnot. Thank you. Who are you? Sweetie, I'm Terriel. Y'all can call me Terriel. With a motherly laugh and smile. A warmth became my heart. Warmth once again formed in my heart. So, as you know, I look at Frisk's eyes. Do you see sadness? No, after, I guess after a while, Terriel, I guess she'll be doing something, me and Frisk and Char, alone. As Frisk would ask me a question. So, what are your questions? What are your... Hold up, I need to figure out how did she say it again? So, what are you trying to do? As she'll gang up on me, kind of be in my face, with killing stares, I'm gonna kill you kind of way. So, what you trying to do, huh? As she'll kind of be forceful, as Char will be like, I thought I was the rule for this one. Come on, let the boy breathe. As I kind of grow a little bit feared of Frisk. You may be scary, but I feel like I can trust you. I give a Frisk a hug. I guess technically both of them a hug. Spirit form and technically. It's weird how it is, so yeah. I technically give both of them hugs, so yeah. I don't know why you may hate me, but I hopefully you can still be friends. As I give a cinnamon roll like smile. As now, Frisk is still, on the borders, like, I do not care if Chara can use you to revive herself and kill everyone. I'm not getting that chance. So, she, I guess Frisk, due to, anger and, sadness from, what she had to go through, like the 10th flippin' race, I guess, she would, I think this would be the 11th, but anyways, it was Chara, or I guess Frisk will pull out a knife. And Chara would try to stop her, but Frisk would be determined. Determination. You have now been filled with determination. Determination. As she would try to stab me straight up. Even if Chara's looking, she'd be like, I wish I knew before Chara can use you, kind of way. As Azrael or Terriel will, get in the way. As she'll be finished with whatever she's doing. As how do you say? We kind of get a scene where she's kind of looking at the knife and kind of looking at herself, kind of reflection-wise. What have I become? As she starts crying. Her and Terriel have a talk, and what? So, yeah. She's kind of really thinking what she's trying to do, and, Chara's like, no knife for you, so now my plans can go into challenges now. Perfect. As Chara tries to get my good side, she asks me for favors, try to use magic for some certain things. Frisk would try to, avoid that, but, she knows she can't really do anything. As Chara realizes that, yes, this may free her, but it might also kill me. So Chara the only reason she's being friendly is, if she can get her soul back without, killing everyone and only having one casualty, which is, my death. So yeah, that would mean it's a whoop whoop hooray for her. So yeah. As you know, Frisk will be crying. As you know, I would go up to Frisk. I can understand why you did it, Frisk. As you know, my cinnamon roll-like persona will, be turned off and too serious. I know why you did it. Or a reason, maybe, a couple reasons why you did it, Frisk. You don't want me to... I know what you saw on me. Or when I was passed out, I know what you saw. You saw the black part of my soul, didn't you? So you think just because everyone has a black part of their soul that you can they're just evil, right? I understand, I wasn't always like this, but as far as I can remember, I was always looked like as a different person. So if you want to kill me, I get in a T-pose, and if you want to kill me, you can go ahead and try if you want to. You can go ahead. I won't stop you. I don't know what reasons you have for trying to kill me, but if you want to kill me, go ahead. As you know, Char will be like Frisk. As you know, Frisk would be, she'd be crying, hugging me. I don't want to kill you. I just don't want you to die like the rest of us. As you know, kind of like a crying duo now. As you know, Char will be like, she will get some ideas like, this isn't good. I must think on how I can use him to get my body back. I may have him to use a couple souls, maybe. As you know, she comes over. As you know, I guess I would give her back the flower to hold for me, I guess. Since, I'll technically be faded, she'll grab the flower like, here, you almost forgot your flower I gave to you. As you know, I would also, at that point, I'll stop crying and, hug Chara. You're my friend too. As you know, Chara will feel conflicted. And she'll feel something that's weird. She'll feel that I know something. But she'll then say, why then? As you know, a tear would, fall on her face. Why are you letting me do this? Why aren't you stopping me? Everyone deserves a second chance for Chara. Everyone deserves a second chance. Don't worry. Eventually we'll give you your soul back. As you know, Chara will also be conflicted of I guess now again, I guess. Yeah, instead of first being conflicted, now it's Chara being conflicted, so yeah. Anyways. As you know, a smile will creak upon Chara's face. As you know, let's say Flowey would be on the windowsill. So y'all losers, are y'all losers crying now? How pathetic. And I would look at Flowey. I'll throw a knife out of nowhere, because I'll say I grabbed the knife, from, I guess, the table and threw it at Flowey. I guess at the wood instead of Flowey. What a good friend, but yet you haven't told her anything. As you know, Charo would hear this and told me what? So, Flowey, you stopped bothering them? I know you remember the resets, too. Every single last one of them. I'm gonna start being truthful now. I know a lot more than I lead on to know. And I know you very well, Flowey, more than you know yourself. You're a kind person, but due to you having your soul stripped away from you, you were trapped in this plant-like form. Don't worry, old friend. I'll help you too, getting your body back. As Chara and, everyone would, I guess everyone besides Toriel, because I guess Toriel will be cooking the pies, everyone will be confused, except for, me, I guess, since I was the one who told them that. I'm a lot more smarter than you think. I play along for now. I know more than you all do. I've been waiting for this chance to return, and now that I have, I'm not wasting my chance. As you know, the baby persona, or cinnamon roll persona would, turn back. As you know, I will get that look from, Char and Frisk. Who are you? As they'll say. And, the most kindest way I can say. I'm El. I'm El. That's all you need to know. Because, I told them to call me El, but I mean, it's in the system or database is technically said as Chara, but it's more of a glitched out. I guess not a glitch, but it's kind of like, it's weird. The way it's kind of weird. It's a little glitchy, but besides that, nothing else. There's no I pull up on option. I'm tired. I used enough of my connection to become tired. My soul is now tired. I'm asleep on the bed. Y'all can sleep whatever you want, but I'm going to sleep. Night night. Anyways, I crash on the flipping bed like, oh, no, me. As you know, I'm, how would you say, sleeping now in the corner of the bed. As you know, then they realize they're also tired of like, hold up. He took the bed. That son of a bee. And then Char was like, "Hey yo, I know I'm nice to you, but yo, get off the bed. We sleep in there. Get off the bed." Force me to. Make me. I'm staying on this bed. I'm too tired. I know. Char will get a funny idea. I know. Frisk's body starts to move. Fine. Then we'll make you move. As no Chara controlling Frisk's body would force Frisk to kind of in like a cuddle position. As my face was like turning red. I'm not moving. I don't care. I'm still sleeping. You have the other side of the bed. I get this side. You get the other side. The spirit of Chara, I guess, would still take space, I guess. It's like, fine. Then I need room then. How am I supposed to fit? You're a spirit, you can fly and just stay in Frisk's body. But that's no fun. I'm not getting out of the bed. No. They're practically like little children just sleeping all in the same bed. They're all sleeping in the same bed like little children they are. So yeah, cinnamon rolls. Yeah. Technically, yes, but no, but yes, but no. Yeah, but no. So, I guess Sans would also remember the resets, but only to Chara's origins, I guess. Yeah, Chara's origins. Let's see, I'm too tired. I know. Chara will try to mess with me while I'm trying to sleep. As you know, morning. Wake up, wake up. As you know, let's say I haven't gone to sleep, so I'm kind of fading in and out of consciousness. As you know, I kind of turn over and, kind of accidentally have one of my arms around Chara and kind of have, my other arm chest position. Chara is very close to me, like right on my back, so, lips touch, and I was like, I open my eyes, I'm like, my eyes are wide open, like, I can explain. As no, Chara gets a red in her eyes, like, as the knife is right next to Chara now. As I jump off the bed. I die today. As Chara starts chasing me with a knife. I'm sorry. You were too close to me. How am I? You didn't let me sleep. I'm sorry. As I start running away from, I guess, Frisk. I mean, Chara and Frisk's body is Frisk will wake up and be like, I guess due to Chara technically being a part of my soul, she will feel some type of connection to me. She wouldn't know what type of connection, but she'll feel some type of connection. What type of connection? I mean, magical connection. Because I guess, because I did say after everything happened, it would become a full soul. So I would have part of the soul, half of the soul, and my other part would be a black soul. So half practically. Chara, I stop. After getting a far distance away from Toriel is bad, because I say Toriel's bed is like upstairs or like in next room, I guess. So yeah, Chara, how badly do you want a body? As how she'll be surprised, like she'll be like, stop trying to avoid the subject and let me kill you. Chara, I'm serious. As right as she was about to stab upon me, I would grab the knife from, the sharp end. My hand starts bleeding. Chara, I have a real question. How much do you want a real body for? Oh, come on. How much do you want a real body for? What is the cost you'd do for a body? As now Chara gets a dark look. Frisk already knows what I will do for her to get my body back. They already know. Then hopefully you accept my gift then, Chara. As I didn't tell you what I did with the other part of the soul, because I mean, remember, her soul disappeared, or technically my soul disappeared, but it wasn't gone. Let's say, let's say the part of the soul the part of the red soul I have is the same soul. So I take out a half a soul or half of a red soul. Here. This may not fully revive you, but it can at least give you human form. Yeah, here. As the black soul starts to become. As I spit out the black substance. Here. As now, I take out the other part of the red soul before it's fully consumed by the black soul. Now you have a full soul. It's kind of weird. It's kind of chilly in this room. As no, my personality starts to change dramatically because now I gave her back the entire soul. As Chara will be happy and kind of become whole once again. Technically be revived due to her having a soul now. So yeah. As Toriel, I guess Toriel will still be sleeping, but anyways, yeah. As Chara is now revived as my soul starts to become darker and darker. So, and I'm technically still human, so I mean, I gotta have red eyes because I mean, black hair now. Kind of, it's weird how I would look. I don't know why. I guess I would look different now. I guess instead of me being all white and black, I would become more of a grayish skin color with black hair, red eyes, and I guess black clothing now instead of white. So kind of like the reverse of Cross Chara. So yeah. So is this what it's like not to have a soul? As my expression of emotions would now be gone. Due to, if you don't know, black souls have no sense of meaning or no sense of, I guess, emotions. Because it's out of the emotional spectrum and color spectrum. So it'll have no emotions except for, I guess, hatred and whatnot. So yeah. So, are you happy now? As Frisk would be sad due to, she would now notice the difference that I have only a black soul and, I will no longer be me, I guess. But due to me still being human, I would have red eyes. So yeah. So, how do you, in the most calmest and nonchalant way, as emotionless, I would say. So, how do you feel? As Charo says, I feel great. I feel like I'm reborn. As she starts to smile and hug me. As then she notices the difference as well in my look and what happened, and looking at me. Like, oh no, I'm sorry. Now she starts to apologize, crying. Don't worry. I only feel minimal kindness. I'm still human. Well, I may not have any emotion, but I at least feel very little. The little happiness, anger, hatred, emotion I do have are very little. I do still have emotions, but they're more of the little to none emotion. So yes. As I give a fake smile. I'm glad you're happy. So, how are you? As I will be given the flower once more. Hopefully we can give your emotions back. As Chara says. And Frisk is a little salty to Chara now. I guess eventually, walking, let's say they're about to leave to, where Sans was. Don't you know how to greet a new buddy? Or, don't you know how to greet a new friend? Like right before that, when they're about to leave, as Toriel wakes up, or I guess Toriel will be the end, like, huh? There's 3 of you. When was there 3 of you? She wouldn't understand, but I can't let, as she'll be on like, you can't leave and whatnot stuff, so yeah. I won't let you leave. They'll hurt you. As you know, Tori will look into my eyes and see nothing but sadness and hatred. Oh, my poor boy, what happened to you? Oh, my poor Bosno. She'll start getting sad. Don't worry, Mother. I may not feel emotions, but I can replicate them. Do not worry. As I give a fake smile. But it looks completely real. Acting. 100%, bro. Ahaha. As how I hug Toriel back. Don't worry, Mother. As you know, Chara will pick this up like, why, Mother? Why do I feel like there's something you're not telling me? Kind of like a mindscape. She's thinking of that, but you know. Let's go. I don't want to be stuck here forever. I have one other person to visit before I stay permanently. And you know, Chara would get angry, like, you're not leaving, we must fix you. You can't fix a black soul. Black souls are emotionless or just full of hatred. Who knows how long until I have sudden rage and emotion, or hatred and emotion, wanting to fight one of you. I have one other I want to meet before this hatred of mine starts to form. Now, as you know, Chara would try to stop me from leaving. As you know, she's holding my hand, you know, trying to force me back inside. Because I'd be like right out the door. Don't leave, please. I'm sorry. As you know, I'll turn back and like a little smooch. A quick kiss to Chara. So, it's fine. I'm okay. And plus, if you can do it, I can do it. To be honest, I was in the void where Gaston was. I was watching for the entire time. As you know, he starts explaining everything on what happened, on how he originally created the resets. They feel conflicted on their, you know, emotions, but eventually they'll come to an understandment. It's fine, it wasn't your fault. You're still a child. I still have lots to grow. Chapter 1. Chapter 1 complete. Chapter 2 coming soon. Well, hello everyone, I'm back. This is Lemulus Ramen Panda, and this is the end of Chapter 1, Codetale. If y'all want a Chapter 2 or a Part 2, just leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe. Leave a like and comment down in the video if you want Chapter 2, Codetale. This is Lemulus Ramen Panda. Remember, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe. And this has been a very great day. Goodbye, everyone, and I'll see you in the next chapter.